All right, so hello everyone. Welcome to Taos Pueblo. My name is Shanoa and I'll be your tour guide today. So a few housekeeping tips. Taos Pueblo is a living community. So while we're on the tour, we might see cars driving by us. There are roadways all over the place. Also, if you see residents in their homes today, please ask permission first if you take their photo. Also, all tour guides here are volunteers, so any gratuity at the end of the tour is greatly appreciated. Now, Taos Pueblo is a World UNESCO Heritage Site, and we are also a U.S. National Landmark. We did gain these titles because of the unique way of living that still exists here in our homelands. So all around you here today, you'll see homes that are made out of adobe, which is a mixture of earth, water, and straw. Inside of our homes here, we do not have electricity or running water, so it's much like our ancestors used to live. These homes do date back to 1100 AD, and so that's what scientists have told us. However, we do believe in creation stories that have told us we've been here much longer than that, since time immemorial. And so we here at Taos Pueblo are a tribal nation of about 3,500 tribal members. I would say about 80% of us do live on tribal lands or in and around the town of Taos. The rest of us venture off to other states or cities for work or school. And so those of us who do live here participate in a native religion that's nature-based, as well as based on the seasonal calendar. And so we call ourselves the Red Willow people of Taos Pueblo. Now, our native religion is all year round. We don't have a set schedule of events. We don't have an agenda. It is very much based on our religious teachings. And so we do our best to have that down orally throughout the generations. Yesterday, we just had a feast day. And so, for example, we have these special times of ceremony and celebration all throughout the year. Now, these homes are occupied during those special times throughout the year. So even though no one really fully lives in them day to day, they are occupied during those times. But we do have families who still maintain their permanent residence here. It's not as much as it used to be, but it is enough for them to want to live in these homes in our ancestral way. Now, the north side structure that you see behind me here and the south side structure, these have remained untouched for hundreds and hundreds of years, and so we do have a special way that we refurbish our homes, and so I'll explain that in another part of the tour. But most of these homes are all family owned. They do get passed down from generation to generation, and they stay within those families. The youngest building that you'll see today is going to be our church. This church was built in 1850. It is made out of adobe, and it is very unique because on the inside we do have propane heating and lighting. We do use this church all year round for weddings, baptisms, and funerals as they come up for our tribal members. But we also use it for a Sunday service. Every Sunday, a priest comes out from the town of Taos and conducts a mass in English for our community here. We do welcome the public to join us, so if you're up for a 7 a.m. mass at Taos Pueblo, you're welcome to do so. It is also very unique because on the inside we do have the Virgin Mary at the center of our altar instead of Jesus Christ or the crucifix. She's at the center of our altar because she represents the dual belief system that exists here in our village. Now, prior to colonization, there were over 80,000 Pueblo people that occupied the lands of what we now call New Mexico and Arizona. And so by the 1700s, that population did decimate very heavily due to war, disease, and genocide, down to about 15,000. And so with our colonizers, not only came those conflicts, but also Catholicism, forced Catholicism. And so over many hundreds of years, our Puebloan ancestors began to embrace it. However, our native religion will always take precedence over the Catholic religion here. Now, what you see around you is going to be the epicenter of tribal and traditional life for our people here. So we do have homes that extend beyond the traditional village here. So as you were driving in, you saw the casino, you saw modern homes, nice trailers, and things like that. We are allowed to have those homes on tribal lands, but this is going to be the more traditional part where we gather to, again, celebrate ceremonial times as well as traditional activities. So what you're seeing here today is going to be, like I said, the epicenter of tribal and traditional life for our people. Now, again, at the center of our altar on the inside of the church is our Virgin Mary. She represents that duality, but she also represents Mother Earth to us. And so right now she's dressed in green as well as the decor around the saints to represent the spring season. During the monsoon season, she'll be changed into blue, and then in the fall orange, and then all winter long they'll be in white. So this is also to pay homage to that duality. We also have paintings of corn, beans, squash, pumpkin, and the squash blossom around the altar. That represents our traditional food system. We still grow these traditional foods on our tribal lands in our traditional agricultural way. And so we have not veered off from that. It is still a practice that we very much practice. But that's to pay homage to the foods that have given our people sustenance over thousands of years. On the right-hand side of the altar, also on the inside of the church, you will see an empty casket. This casket is put there as a reminder of the forced oppression of Catholicism. When our colonizers came here, they forced our people to bury inside of caskets. This is not our traditional burial style. I can't go into detail about what exactly that is, but on tribal lands, we only practice our traditional burial style, so any families that wish for a different style of burial have to do so off of tribal lands. But the casket there is put there as a reminder of that oppression, but also a reminder of the choice we have today. So yeah, if you have any questions throughout any part of the tour, please feel free to ask me. I did grow up in and around these parts, so I'll do my best to answer questions that come up today.
Don't live in the homes of the
We have